The new patch notes just got released, and today we're going to talk about new nerfs, buffs, bug fixes, and a lot of new things that have been added today. Let's get started. So first off, for the general stuff, Rick Sanchez, yes, that's right, the guy from Rick and Morty, is finally in Multiversus. After all this time of us waiting, he's finally in. Rick is a new mage character joining the roster. The XP required to go from level 3 to 15 on character mastery has been doubled. We are finding that players could get to level 15 mastery a bit too quickly, and not gonna lie, they're not wrong. I don't play this game every day, I really try to, but like, I already got Shaggy and Wonder Woman to level 15 already, and it's kind of funny. Loading performances improved on PS4s and Xbox One. I've been hearing a lot of complaints about the loading times on these two consoles. Initially free characters from completing the intro tutorial have been switched to Shaggy from Wonder Woman. So beforehand, when the game came out, when you did the tutorial, you're able to get Wonder Woman for free. But now they changed to Shaggy. And well, in my personal opinion, I feel like Shaggy's kind of like the main character of the game, if you know what I mean. He's like the main dummies and training mode. He's like, when it comes to tutorials, it's Shaggy. He's like the baseline. He's the Mario in this game. So I feel like it's, kind of suitable for him. Plus, he's pretty cheap to buy. I think he's like only 1,000 gold compared to everyone who's like 2,000 or like 3,000. So yeah. However, you can still buy Wonder Woman with gold or Galenium. Now my main question is, if you already unlocked Wonder Woman through the tutorial, do you have to rebuy her? We don't know yet, but I'm assuming not, because that'll be a pretty scummy move. Attack decoy steps have been added into the intro tutorial, so it's basically a new subsection of the tutorial where you can go to. They fixed an issue in co-op versus AI that would cause only Wonder Woman and Rain Dog bots to appear. So yeah, that can kind of be a bit annoying. And they fixed a bug where some players weren't able to equip profile icons. And fixed a bug where the game would occasionally freeze at the end of the game screen. This has happened to me a few times, but then again, I have an old ass laptop, so maybe that's why. It can't even run Sonic Generations correctly. So yeah, it's whatever. Next up, we got new cosmetics. So we got 2 Rain Dog skins, Chef Rain Dog, which is now available, and Golden Rain Dog, which is only purchasable with gold, and I really like this. And Steven Universe skin, the Tiger Millionaire, is now available. I really like the Golden Rain Dog skin. I'm glad we can buy it with just gold, because I don't know, man, I'd only buy Gleamium just to get the battle pass, honestly, but I wish there was a way where we can actually get Gleamium through the battle pass, or by doing stuff like that. I think that would be a great thing that I hopefully wish that the devs do add in eventually. Next, we got Twitch extensions. They had minor visual bug fixes, added a fighter voting, which allows broadcasters to poll on their audience what fighter to play next, and viewers who have multiverses get bonus votes. And they added the ability for viewers who have multiverses to claim free toasts from Twitch channels running the extension. Next up, we got one of the biggest probably things in this whole patch note is an anti-infinite combo system. So yeah, y'all Harley means who've been using your infinite, well, you can now say goodbye to that. They basically said they implemented a new anti-infinite combo system that will delay all subsequent attacks if the same attack has been used 4 or more times into the same true combo. The goal is to put a global soft cap on infinite combos and to make combos more creative. We hope the change pushes players to explore new and more exciting combo routes. And we are considering a number of same attacks being used to be 3, but we want it to be more slowly to evaluate the change. We're going to evaluate the change and are open to feedback on how we can improve the system. The options between 4 or 8 directions to the right stick has also been added to the menu system. I have seen a lot of people who've been wanting this too. For example, I really like the fact having 8 directions for the right stick for your C stick or whatever. And as for the anti-infinite combo, I find that this is great, because I remember in the beginning of the game, you can just pick up a character and just do an infinite, well, basically any character. And literally, I was actually planning to do an infinite combo, combo video where I did infinite with each character. but I decided not to do it because, I don't know, they weren't true and they didn't look cool, so I just scrapped the video altogether. And as for the projectile system, they're continuing to patch this system up, and they're added a new light projectile classification for projectiles that don't deal no knockback. So for example, like the only one they said in the game is Rick's Uncharted Blaster, but I'm pretty sure that Morty's blaster like doesn't do knockback, like a certain variation doesn't do knockback, so I think that would also be considered a light projectile. And now let's get to the meat and potatoes of the patch notes with our characters. For Arya Stark, we only got a few bug fixes. So for example, they fixed an issue where Arya could deal more damage than intended, and they fixed an issue where the causing hitbox on stolen attacks was not hit reliably. We also had that problem in the last patch notes, and they actually commented that they expect to do some changes to her up special, but they just need more time to make it right. So in the next patch notes for when, I don't know, Beetlejuice, Black Adam, Strife, whoever gets revealed, Arya is gonna get a patch too. And then we got Bugs Bunny. He only got one small nerf in his down air out of all moves. It's a small, like, little nerf. They basically made the hitbox slightly better to match visuals, so nothing too massive. Next, we got Finn. So the first buff is basically a bug fix to his side air attack. It can no longer ignore air special elements when branching into the attack. His down air attack, instant cancel on hit, has removed, and his ground side attack, instant jump cancel on it, has been removed. So they've basically been removing some canceling things on his moves, which, okay. I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with him right now. I think he's pretty balanced, but still, that is pretty surprising. Next up we got Garnet. For Garnet, she got a lot of buffs. God dang, finally, she's been getting some love. So first off, her ground down attack now retains some of her velocity moving into the attack, which is great. Ground up attack reduced recovery frames by 3 on hit, and this change should improve Garnet's ability to follow up on successful attacks. So basically, they want this move to combo better. Cause like for example, like I don't know, let's say up tilt to up air or to nair or to something like that. Her air down attack, hitbox active frame starts 2 frames earlier, and her air neutral attack reduced recovery by 3 frames on hit. And of course also to make her like get more combos. So basically the changes they're doing to Garnet is to make sure she has more combos in her kit. That is something I have noticed with Garnet, that she just doesn't have that many combos in her kit, and like I don't know, like she's like one of those like hit once and that's it type of characters, if you know what I mean. Next up we got our second newest character, Gizmo, and all we have here are buffs, and honestly this character really did need some buffs because I don't know, man, in my opinion he's like a low mid tier, but we'll see from here. First off, you got his jump speed, increased jump speed to 3700 instead of being 3400. His neutral special, both in the ground and the air, music notes life extend 10 seconds instead of 9, and his ground side special, car is now classified as a heavy projectile. Air side special reduced by 5 frames, and air down special can now jump cancel out of the attack, which is great. I actually been wanting this because I don't know, it just feels weird that you can't do it. Next up we got Harley, and guys, I'm gonna be honest with you, this whole infinite like system, like infinite canceling system, this is really gonna hurt Harley. Not too much, but yeah, I feel like the meta is like gonna change a bit for her, if you know what I mean, cause she had one of the most reliable infinites in the game, and now there's a way you can like freaking basically get out of it. But they only did a bug fix with her, with her down special, where they fixed an issue where the Jack-in-the-Box would sometimes not hit overlapping enemies. Next up we got Iron Giant, with his neutral special being a bug fix where bolts will no longer be destroyed when they exit the blast box, but Iron Giant is not KO'd. Then we got Jake. He got a lot of nerfs. Well, not a lot, he only got 2 nerfs, where both his down special, where while the house is on the ground, Jake can no longer bounce grounded opponents, and his down attack. Recovery increased by 4 frames of whiff or miss. So if you missed a move, you have 4 more frames to get punished. Next up we got
LeBron James.
So for LeBron James, they changed the experimental tag, which has basically been removed. We have a bug fist where they fix a bug that could cause the ball to disappear when throwing close to enemies. And his only buff in this patch is his ground neutral special, both in the ground and the air, where when an ally receives a pass, they emit a small explosion to knock away enemies. No look pass basketball speed increased to 3200 instead of being 3000. And these two nerfs, being his down special, both in the air and the ground, no longer blocks heavy projectiles, and the basketball air neutral attack no longer breaks armor on the first hit. Next we got Morty, and the only thing they really moved was the experimental tag, which has been removed. Shaggy got a few nerfs too. Air side special, recovery increased by 3 frames of whiff, and neutral air attack no longer breaks armor on first hit. And finally for Steven Universe, he's finally gotten the buffs that this man has deserved. His air and ground up special smoothed out movement so the attack won't hinge. Side ground attack 1 to 3 so all his jabs. Same as his up special, they smoothed out movement so the attack won't hinge. And the first attack can now branch earlier into the second attack. The second attack can also branch early into the final attack, and forward momentum during the attack increases so that they will hit more reliably. Air side attack increased knockback scaling to 14.5 from 13.5, and Steven's horizontal kill power was really low, so they're really trying to basically increase his horizontal kill power. And finally, I've been wanting this from since day one. Steven has been a weak character in the meta and no one's using him, and he has potential. He really does have potential, so I really hope that they keep on showing Steven some love. His side special, both in the ground and the air, increased projectile speed slightly, and air down attack hitbox active frame starts 2 frames earlier. And of course, this change was made so the active first hit frames more accurately match the animation. Unlike Steven Universe though, Superman actually isn't eating that well. He's actually got a lot of nerfs. His ground up attack, they reduced charge knockback scaling from 0.5 from 0.2 instead. So it's now times 1.5. The charge cancel reduced by 4 frames, so you were able to actually do this in the past where you can charge and then dodge to cancel it. And it was really annoying to battle against him because you wouldn't know if he was going to commit or not. To me, this is basically how in Smash 4 where Sonic could spin dash and shield down to spin dash. His ground neutral attack, charge cancel reduced by 4 frames, and his air up special, yes, the cheesy grab move, recovery increased by 12 frames on whiff, lowered base knockback of down throw, and this was basically done to make wall camping strategies less effective, because Superman would always love to do that. And also, I feel like it's also a way to basically nerf him, because you can get some pretty early kills with Superman if you, for example, I don't know, up smash and then just go up, jump, and then do up special, where you grab him and throw him up to the blast zone. Next up, we got Tom and Jerry. So ground side attack 1, hitbox active frames increased by 2 frames, and recovery increased by 4 frames on whiff. Ground attack 2, so jab 2, recovery increased by 4 frames on whiff. His air side attack, recovery reduced by 3 frames, and recovery land cancel reduced by 7 frames. His down air, recovery reduced by 3 frames, recovery land cancel window moved forward by 3 frames, and they pushed the knockback angle to be more horizontal. And his neutral special, both in the ground and the air, Jerry returns back to Tom if he is killed when attached to an ally. And last but definitely not least, we got Velma. So for Velma, they fixed a bug where Velma's vial could not apply stacks of ice reliably. And I don't know if it's me, but I feel like the ice debuff is probably the most useless status in the game, because I don't know, the few moves that can give you an ice debuff, you have to be standing there and taking it. But that's my personal opinion. I mean, I don't play competitive Multiversus. I play for fun, and I sometimes do dabble in competitive. But it's just his opinion. His ground and air neutral attack, they fixed a bug where Toodle speech bubbles no longer consume 1 additional ammo, and allied enhanced speech bubbles no longer apply 1 stack of weakened. His air down attack pushed knockback angle to be more horizontal, recovery increased by 3 frames, and last but definitely not least, air and ground neutral special. Ally's enhanced beam no longer applies 1 stack of weakened, and ally enhanced beam based knockback reduced from, instead of being 1750, is now 1600. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is every single nerf, buff, bug fix, and enhancement in the last patch notes of Multiversus Season 1.3 patch notes. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, guys. I am still doing the frame data series where I'm counting frame data for every single character. And by the way, I got a request in the last video to do Gizmo next, and I will be doing Gizmo. With that being said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. And if you have any thoughts about the patch notes, just put it in the comments. Have a great day.